Life is treat others the way you want to be treated. Treat them with love. Treat them.
Okay, good morning. Here we go. 11:11 belated. So there's that. I threw it in the chat. Law of life today is to do something big,
Mhm.
self uncomfortable a little bit. You know, we all kind of go through the motions and we're grinding and let me do this and let me do that. And we get stuck in the routine. But I think today smells like something bigger. What's going on as far as that? We just coming off of our whole run down in Hollywood and Lauderdale and over at the Hard Rock and filming content and podcasts and camera crews and all of that. It's going to be a quieter couple weeks for the Mark Spark. Going to take a little R&R and recharge my batteries. Then on the back end, couple events as far as a fighting tournament in Wellington, a spiritual festival in Daytona. Had a couple collaborations get started with some people on the Zoom as of the past week. So I just want to say, to your point, when you come in this room and you are an entrepreneur and you feel like you're putting in the work and you're giving, when does it come back? Like that. You don't know when it comes back. Someone's going to come over to you and say, by the way, I love what you were talking about 2 weeks ago. I want to start now. And that's what's happening. Our ecosystem merger, remember we used to say that word a lot? I used to always say that. Ecosystem merger. I feel like that there are multiple ecosystems right now as we are talking, just making this collaboration and this family, whatever language you want to call it, bigger. So get on the bus, throw your hat in the ring, open your mouth, talk about what you do, take some self love, take care of yourself, because that's another thing. When you run and run and run and do this every single day, you do need this much downtime. I know nobody wants to hear it, but take it from the trainer, take it from the self love guy, the meditating guy, the breathwork guy. Take a little breath now and then, recharge your batteries, come back stronger. I'm going to keep it short and sweet today. So have a wonderful, terrific Tuesday. Let's go get it. Do something big. And by the way, please put in the chat, as I was talking about last week, what is your hairy, audacious goal? Because we spoke about that in studio last week. I reached out to a few people and they were like, let me get back to you. Let me think about it. So I'm going to check through the chat. What is your hairy, audacious, big, fat goal that you're working on today? Love you all. See you soon.
First of all, I just want to say it's a blessing to be here. It's a blessing to see everyone. You know, my law of life today would be to recognize change and change, right? And for me to not to be to recognize change and change, meaning that I just want to expound off what Mark said. You know, sometimes you don't have to say anything new. I think what he said, the biggest thing to do is to let's do something big. You know, recognize that change that in your life, that when it's time for you to do something big. And if you don't recognize that change and change that moment, right, it won't happen. And so, and just speaking, then speaking it back to Blanca about this event that you want to do, and teamwork makes the dream work. I believe in that. I believe in that. There's so many experts here in the room here. I think that if we can come together to do one big event, I think it could be fruitful for all of us. It'll put all of us on stage. It'll give all of us a platform. Back to what Mark is saying again, he just said so much fruitful stuff. I'm just going to keep kicking it back to what he was saying, just about your mind and your health. Those are some of the things that honestly I don't do. I'm a 9 to 9 guy, or 9 to, or I mean 8 to 8 guy, or 8 to, I'm working 12 hours a day, and I'm mostly doing deals, doing deals, doing deals. But am I taking the time out to take that moment to breathe, or am I taking that time out? And I'm not doing that. So I think
Good. Which company are you with?
At Home Auto
Oh, yes, yes, yes,
somebody's talking.
Replacement.
yes. Could you guys do it on Friday evening?
Okay. Does he know? Mhm.
Oh my goodness, I just got the greatest news today, other than becoming a grandfather. My daughter, her and her husband both just made rank up E7. And yeah, I was so ecstatic. That's why I had to jump off because she had called me to notify me that her and her husband both made E7. And great thing is about it, they both only been in the Air Force for 12 years as of August this year. So that's my thing. I'm just gonna say, just be positive and enjoy every little life moment.
Congratulations.
Just spend more time with my grandkids.
Okay, so I live in New Jersey. So here is my cousin. I do real estate these days. I am an agent working with EXP Realty with a team called the Align team. And that's it for now. Thank you.
I just wanted to ask Khalid what type of real estate, because I have billionaires and some other people that are buying real estate globally. So what is it that you're promoting?
So we promote the company we work with is everything, and we work all the states. It's not just one state.
What
So
are
I
you
have a
doing? You
license.
do housing, like
I have
for
housing and commercial. Housing,
oh,
family, and
commercial,
commercial.
okay.
Yes,
And also, how about hotels and things like that too?
we're open to it. It's not like we'll refuse it.
All right.
If
Well,
there's
what
an
I may
opportunity,
do.
we'll go for it.
All right, Khalid. Well, what I may need to get is your email, and then I'll send you a list of what I'm looking for. And then if you
Sure,
have anything that matches, that will be good.
no problem. Thank you.
Well, I don't have any good things to tell lately, but oh, you know what? I want to know actually, how did you do at the Eagles meeting? Because unfortunately, I missed it because I was in the hospital at that point. But how was the Eagles meeting for you?
Your call now. At the tone, please record your message.
Right. I know. It's a global business group. Right. Yes, and if anyone actually I have an opportunity if anybody knows anyone who needs jet fuel or diesel or any type of oil and gas, because of being a former chemical engineer to ExxonMobil, I have access to abundant amounts of fuel. So if anyone has some fuel people, I can make you some big money if you want to sell some fuel. And another thing, absolutely. Absolutely. And like I said, you could make it could be something where we could make $1 million a year for our group. For you, Blanca, and well, the purchase price is only $82 a barrel, and in the regular world, it's much more. I'm so glad to be here. And thank you.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Yeah, it's taking .com City to the next level, and we're actually focusing on Florida, and I will have more news next week. I've also been speaking to Christina in the past regarding my film project and educational project. I'll put the details in the chat, and also anyone who's got a business in the Florida area, contact me, because we're probably going to receive additional revenue for that company with the model that I'm working on.
That sounds incredible. So Malcolm let me ask you a question. After hearing that pitch, Sam, do you know what Malcolm does? No clue. Malcolm, I know it's difficult because you've been coming here for 4 or 5 years, but you can't presume. There's a lot of new people in this audience. They have explain to them what you actually do and how their network can help you. Let's do it again.
We're focusing on the musical .com City, which is contemporary, and the storyline also includes a spoof on AI. And if we focus on and license the musical, there's a number of companies that agree to give a percentage of any sale back to whoever licensed it. So basically, if we got into a school in Florida and they purchased the Laws of Life program, money will come back to the school. And so once we've got that model working, it's just going to be continuous, but it's basically for everyone. And also, I'm looking at sharing a big event in Florida. I'll have more news next week on that.
So does that make more sense? Yeah. He does a lot of musical theater. He donates the proceeds to charity. So think, how could you bring charity into your brand? How could you, we have the veterans. How could you bring charity? Yes, Christina.
Blanca, remember we have the Save the Teens. So do you think that's something that Malcolm can help us with, Blanca, that you and I have?
Yes. Here's what I'm going to say to you. My job is to be a lawyer, a talk show host, and a magnetizer. Your guys' job is to dig deeper on how the connection can work so that we can all win. I highly think that's an incredible idea, Christina. Have a one-on-one with Malcolm. Magical moment number 2. Okay? First one was Christina and Zohair's cousin. Second moment, now Christina and Malcolm. This is not just a TV show. It's also a think tank. It's a freaking think tank where you can get ideas. Where are you going to get better ideas than in this space? Where? Where you're surrounded with intellectual, philosophical, authentic, heart-centered entrepreneurs. You're going to get an idea. If you get an idea, raise your hand and tell us what it is. Love that idea. Malcolm, give me an idea. Let's go. Let's get these ideas popping. Come on. Now I'm getting fired up.
What occurred to me is when you come in and make connections, you don't realize is that you're putting you get in a section of dots, or you're putting dominoes up. And one day those dominoes will fall, or you'll be able to connect the dots. So every time you make a connection, you're widening the dot line or the domino line.
That's right. You have a little bit of low bandwidth. I couldn't hear the last thought, but that's right. Every connection is like a bridge. So the people that are very disconnected, that's why they're depressed. That's why they have anxiety, because they feel alone in the world. You feel alone, you're not going to be inspired. You don't feel inspired, you have no vision. You don't have vision, you don't make money. You don't make money, you don't have the lifestyle you desire. So you tell me if this is valuable. I believe it is. I believe it is. That's why I've been doing it since 2016. But that's the other thing about what you said. You have to keep building your castle even if no one comes for a tour. Even if nobody reciprocates with the Tea Party at their castle. Just keep building your castle. And Malcolm's been doing that. He produced his first theater show in Dubai. And it rained and it poured and there was a monsoon. But he did it. He didn't stop. Are we going to let anybody stop us from getting our vision, Kimmy?
Only yourself, I believe.
Okay, we're not going to let anybody stop us. Do we care if somebody puts a negative comment on our social media, Sam? Do we care? Does it even matter? It's not even there. Okay. All right. Let's keep jumping around this Zoom audience. Let's get fired up. Let's go over to Greg with 007 Protective Training Services. Get me fired up. Let's go. Let's get these ideas going, brewing.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm 007 Protective Services in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We've been around since 2015. We deliver professional protection surveillance training to protect you, your property, and keep your reputation safe. We've done
Greg,
from movies.
Can you put your face completely in the camera? Because you're a little cut off. I just want to see the full picture. There we go. There's that handsome man. Okay. All right, keep going.
Yeah. Okay. So we've done everything from celebrity protections, hurricane deployment teams, and we know we're coming into hurricane season. Don't wait to the last minute to get us out there to protect your property, your businesses, and stuff like that. So we've got licensed and insured investigators, bail bond agents, and private security professionals, male and female staff, ready to serve you. Thank you.
Have you gone over and met Glenn Rotterman and Phil Johnson yet? I got magical moment number 3 for you. You need to go over to Glenn Rotterman's office and meet them, because if people are getting arrested, they need a bondsman. That's what one of the many things that Greg does. God forbid someone gets arrested, you need to have a bondsman in your cell phone. You need to have my number in your cell phone as your personal concierge attorney, where I'm answering the phone 7 days a week. And then if someone is arrested, I'm calling Gregory. Also, now that I've become a recent reality artist, I'm calling my. There you just.
You're calling it. You're claiming it.
Listen, I went into Walmart this morning and I filmed my entire journey. I'll post it later. What if you're a reality? Ooh, I like that. You think you like that?
Yeah.
A reality magnetizer? That's better. I love that. I freaking love that. Sam says I should be the reality magnetizer. Okay. All right. The reality. Look what you started, Gregory. All right. So I go into Walmart this morning. And I buy the flowers and the pastries and whatever little nicks and knacks. And I was just fired up. I was so excited. And the girls, I was like, do you guys mind if I film you? And they're like, no. I'm like, what do you think of what I bought? They're like, we love it. You got cake. You got decorations. You got a tablecloth. Then the manager comes over, Juan. He goes, oh, I'm so happy to meet you, Miss Blanca. We have 50 jobs at Walmart currently available. Please tell your community. So if anybody is looking for a job or knows someone looking for a job for 15 to 20 an hour, there's jobs. 50. Just ask Juan. Tell him Blanca sent you. But the point is, have these connections ready. Gregory, what else? Oh, so now that I'm a reality magnetizer, I need security, don't I?
All the time.
All right.
Everybody needs security.
Everybody.
And on June 19th, we are holding a job fair at Broward Mall.
Okay. What's that going to look like?
I will probably put that in the chat.
Okay, wonderful. That means you're offering jobs and training to do more security so you can fill more positions. Is that what I'm hearing?
For people who are looking to hire.
For people that are looking to hire. Okay, wonderful. All right, Let's keep cooking. Let's go to Michael Gold, and then we'll go over to Joey. Michael, good to see you in the house. Tell everybody about you.
Hey, a little bit of reverb out here. Hopefully I'm not the only one. But Mike Gold here from Primerica. We show families how to solve their financial problems. The market's 90 million people. Everyone's trying to make it, save it, whatever the case is. So my information's in the chat. Get in touch. Thanks.
What I'm going to suggest is that everybody mute their phone if you're not speaking, so that we can honor the person that is speaking, and then unmute yourself when it's your turn. All right, let's go next to Joey Lewis, Tough Turf Media. Joey Lewis, aka Hollywood. What is the good word?
Hey, Blanca, Laws of Life. Good to see all of you today. For those who don't know me, I am Joey Lewis, aka Hollywood, aka the AI Music Maestro. Thank you, Howard Brown, for that nickname. I'm a speaker, music maker, digital creator, and the man behind Tough Turf Media. After surviving 2 major car accidents, life gave me a second chance, and I'm using it to help others. So we're going to be having some classes coming up soon. You don't need to be a tech genius to launch your brand, publish a book, or start a music career anymore. What you need is the right tools, a little creative fire, and someone to show you how it's done. So that's what this course is going to deliver to you. There's going to be more information coming soon. For those of you, it's your first time here, it's nice to meet you. My information, scan that code, we'll connect. And my law of life today is do the common thing the uncommon way, and they'll never forget you.
Put that on Sam when she talks. If you don't. I love it. So you've never met Joey Lewis, have you, Sam?
No, but I have to tell you, Hollywood, it's so great to meet you. Here's your personal invitation to be my guest at the Visionary Edge, because it is your room. It is all of you. It is your room, carte blanche, front to end. It is all you. You should absolutely be in that room.
I love that. Today is a celebration of the Visionary Edge Conference, as we have one of the founders, Sam Ganem, in the room, and it's such an honor to have you with us, Sam. You know, before we go on, just give us a little commercial. What's the Visionary Edge Conference? What can we expect?
So the Visionary Edge was founded by myself and the other genius of Let's Go 180, Janelle Kelly. We bring together almost 40 years in our respective industries, and the Visionary Edge is really a crash course in emotional intelligence in business and an MBA in a weekend. It is nothing like we've seen in South Florida. It is revolutionary in 2 ways. There likely will never ever be another time, unless we say so, that this caliber of individual will be in the room. And not one day, but 2 days.
And not one day, but 2 days. This is also equal parts preach and teach. So this is not just to inspire you, but this is truly the life the best way, to launch those individuals that you to work with to achieve great success.
And it's really a walking testimony that we go further together. After hosting 3 entrepreneurial boot camps last year and working with 100 entrepreneurs, we knew we had to come out and go bigger, act more boldly, so that we can collectively make greater impact. And we do that with some help from our friends.
Well, I'm really excited because I'm going to be a speaker at the Global Vision Mar Hotel, and in the heart of Fort Lauderdale. I will be there on Friday, June 6th and Saturday, June 7th. I will be a speaker, I think, at about 5:30 p.m. on Saturday. So, here, when are you speaking?
Well, I believe also I'm speaking Saturday, but I want to comment on that. We still have open for sponsorship, guys. You know, you want to take advantage. You want to be with it's not just your normal network. This is above normal. We have high impact people. You can come out with high impact results, and that's what we are creating that movement into with Sam, of course, because Sam and Janelle started, and we're gonna support them all the way. We're part of the team, and we're gonna be out there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but the whole day Friday and Saturday. You don't want to miss, you know. And
I love
everybody to be there. We still have open tables, you know. Last minute, we still up here, you know. Just reach us or reach Janelle or Blanca.
Who? Oh, Christina's coming. All right. That's what it's all about, building the relationships. If you're out of town, buy a frickin' ticket and come in. Listen, I will tell you.
Denise will come too.
Good. One of the laws of, okay, great. One of the laws of life is you got to pay to get in the room. I'm sorry, but you do. If you don't think you need to pay to get in the room, you are mistaken. I will tell you, since I turned over the new leaf and now I pay to get into rooms, guess what? I get into bigger, and better and bolder and billionaire rooms. You want to get in the greatest rooms? Invest. Don't go to a restaurant. Don't you spend at least $100 to have any dinner in South Florida. Okay? You can't even go to Polo Tropical without spending $45. So buy a bag of pasta and instead go to the Visionary Edge conference, because that's going to have a lot more impact on you than Polo Tropical. No offense.
I think Blanca hit it on the nail, guys, because, this is something you invest in you. It's nothing you're going to lose, and like food and so forth, always going to be there for you. You don't want to miss something. You can invest in your education, your leadership. You don't know who you run. I always talk about it, the power of one. You don't know who you're gonna run into. That one can change your life. You change your career. It change your career. It change you to 180, like we said. Edge 180. It can shift you from 0 to 180, and you don't know. And that's why you want to invest.
Is anyone checking the
chat? You ever
chat?
buy cheap stuff, and what happened? You get cheap stuff. But why people are still buying Rolls Royce? They're still buying Mercedes. You want something good, you pay for it.
All right, I love it. So that's good. I love when people agree with me. Do I need to write you a check for that? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going through the Zoom audience, and then we're going to start off the interview with Sam Ganem, founder of the Visionary Edge. Let's go next over to Dr. Sherry Ask, our dentist in Hollywood, Florida.
Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. It's beautiful to see everyone here. Hi, Zohair. Hi, Blanca. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Dr. Sherry. I'm a holistic family and cosmetic dentist based out of Hollywood, Florida. It's a pleasure, again, to be here. Happy Tuesday, everyone. We're running our VIP event for the Laws of Life participants for Thursday this week. I have 2 spots available. I put my information in the group chat. Please reach out to me to take your smile and your soul to the next level with Reiki. Love you guys. It's a pleasure to be here. Take care. Bye.
I love that. And that gives me another idea, which is try a tagline on when you come into the Laws of Life. Bounce it off. Do you have a tagline? Like, I don't know if you realize it, Dr. Sherry, but that was a great line. Shine your smile and your soul. That's good. I like that. What do you think of that tagline?
It's beautiful, and it speaks to the holistic approach because it's beyond the aesthetic.
Exactly. I absolutely love that. All right, let's go next to Wiley O'Wilbert Charles in our Zoom audience. We are happy to see you in the house. Tell everyone about you.
Hello, greetings. Can y'all hear me?
We can.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I'm Willie O, one of the artists with film industry. I do sound work, I do acting, etc. Multiple different elements of the works that we do. So the table is open. I can speak more, yet I have promotions on the social media sites, etc. I'm in process with working on, with upgrading the website as the technology transition with us, etc. So the phone line is open. That's what I do. I actually do that. I do jingles for shows, etc. How we met. Yeah. We
That's
met
great.
in the
I love
business and in life.
That's absolutely incredible. You should, you know what, Joey, if you're listening, you should have a one-on-one with Joey Lewis. He does a lot of AI jingles and things of that nature. So make sure to get with Joey Lewis and do your thing. And thank you for coming in, Wiley. We really appreciate you. All right. At this point, if you are off camera, you're not going to be called on to speak. Is there anyone that has not been called on in the Zoom audience that would like to say good morning and share your law of life with us at this time?
Oh
Going
yeah,
once.
congratulations to the new mate, the AI.
Thank you. All right. Anyone else want to speak? All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch places. Can you switch places with Sam for the interview portion?
Absolutely.
And then that way Sam can be in the middle and the Zoom audience can see Sam a little bit more. Watch your step. All right, I want to welcome to the stage. Oh, be careful. Sorry. It's okay. I want to welcome to the stage Sam Ganem. Can you guys give Sam Ganem a big round of applause? Come on. Come on, Zoom audience. Compete with them. Give Sam Ganem a big round of applause. Let's get some fire. Let's get some fire. All right. That's another one of my jobs. Another one of my jobs is to get people fired up. Because let me tell you another little law of life. If you're not fired up, they're not going to be fired up.
Right.
So get us fired up about this visionary. Let's take a step back. Let's take a step back. What is your vision today?
So my vision today and the collective vision and mission behind Let's Go 180 and the Visionary Edge is to truly create a space where people can either get completely unstuck or avoid the proverbial burnout. There are different ways and alternative ways of creating agency of self. We do not have to go through this entrepreneurial journey, as beautiful as it is, alone. And by that I mean we aren't creating codependence, we are creating interdependence. When we stay in our lanes of magic, we can create that much more success for ourselves. When we try to be it all and do it all, inevitably you can't. If we want to do 110% at one thing, we can't do 70% at 10 things. The Visionary Edge truly was the brainchild of hundreds of thousands of personal development funds put into both myself and my business partner, Janelle Kelly. Janelle Kelly started out in my life as a trainer, a transformational trainer, in a program that came out of Stanford called the Culture Catalyst. I was able to apply the metrics I learned and within 90 days take a failing business that was in the red at almost $200,000 negative. We were in the black in 90 days. Last year we came together and we created the Entrepreneurial Woman and Legacy Leavers 3-day boot camp. We worked with 100 entrepreneurs. Then working with counterparts, coaches, and mentors like yourselves, like Bill Walsh, like John Askew, like James Dentley, like Albert Shakhnazarov, like John Cowie, tons and tons of individuals, by the way, from 3 different countries that are coming to South Florida. We knew we had to think bigger, and the way we can achieve more is we lean in on our resources, the people that are on our side, on our team. And at the end of the day, we get to share that with you. So rather than having 3 trainers, teachers, or speakers, we brought together 43 experts in their respective lanes, yourselves included, as the few that I mentioned. And when I tell you that this is an opportunity to take 48 hours to invest in and on your business in a way that you've never experienced, you will take immediate action. You will absolutely reset your intention and come together with so much more clarity, so much more connection, such a larger network and immediate action.
That's incredible. What is your professional training in terms of what you do exactly?
So for myself personally, I've been in printing for 25 years. I've had a hand in projects like Planes, Trains, Automobiles. I own my own printing company called SG Inc., where if you think it, we ink it. And I bring together story branding, magnetic messaging, what it means to embody your brand. You can divorce the pitch and simply show up and share with people your gifts and ask them how it is you can show up in service for them, and I assure you the money will come. When we talk about embodying your brand, oftentimes we think of external resources like a logo package or a tagline or our aesthetic, and while that matters, how we show up is what branding is by definition.
So your number one revenue stream is being a printer, but it sounds to me you're a serial entrepreneur.
I am, and I'll say this. Labeled an international brand strategist, I know how to take a business that has 6-7 figures of a budget and a business with no budget and show you how it is you can embody your brand and save all of the mistakes that we've made. Because big business seemingly has it easier, and they only have it easier because one would think subconsciously anyway that they have deeper pockets. But small business is tasked with a gift, and that is that we get to be that much better, that much harder, that much faster, that much stronger, that much more dialed in, because we get to get it right the first time. You can get it right the first time. You don't have to live in the world of reinvention and revision. You can show up as exactly who you are and share your gifts. And it's a beautiful plug-in to the work that Janelle Kelly has been doing for over a decade. She brings 3 decades of ER trauma nursing and over a decade of transformational training. And when I came to realize, it was the first time someone invited me in as an entrepreneur. They didn't say, hey, come and sign up with me and it's $100,000 to work with me. And it became so evident that how we do one thing, we do all things. The
Wow.
performative aspect of life can just be completely divorced. You could show up as one being and play in all of your roles. And the Visionary Edge is truly, and not only the brainchild of all of this, but it's your personal invitation to envision and surpass your edge, the edge that you've drawn for yourself. Surpass it by miles.
You have a very interesting voice.
It's kind of ready for NPR as well.
Have you heard that before?
I have, and fun fact, I'm also a stand-up comedian. And I think it's funny because I have this voice. I don't think it's...
Well,
Actually, she is. I went to her show and she's a stand-up comedian.
yeah,
She's in there.
she's funny.
And it's not about funny. It's about you shifting it from what you're sitting. You know, I hardly go to any comedians and places, but it shift my brains to go completely 180. Like she said, I'm sitting in that room. I know you came in for a few minutes, but the end of the night, like my brain shift to another area, which is it give you a space to come back and do better in your life. People said, oh, you just go wasting your time. I thought so too in the beginning. But guess what? It shift your brains from one area to another and you become more solid for the new day, you know?
Right. Well, let me ask you this. Where does the comedy come from?
The comedy comes from my upbringing, and I'll share it this way. I think as we grow older, we take life so much more seriously. We all individually seemingly have our own woes, our own battery of responsibilities, and our own we have to. And it builds up. And there are different therapeutic modalities, which, by the way, back to the Visionary Edge, is a space where you can receive. So comedy became a space where I got to pause and receive. You see, as entrepreneurs, we're constantly in servantship and service. We're constantly showing up and pouring into others. We all learn differently. We rest and digest differently. In order to check in, we have to check out sometimes, as Bill Walsh says. And so when it comes to comedy, it was an invitation from a friend who's now the brother I never knew I needed. Very similar to the invitation Janelle Kelly gave me 2 years ago to check back in with me. And neither of those invitations were attached to anything external. In fact, it was jarring to go, well, what do I need? And in both circumstances, all they said was yourself. And then I got to the, well, which version of myself? The sister version, the, girlfriend version, the cousin version, the friend version, the entrepreneur version. And finally, it was exhausting. And the moment I dialed in for the first time in my life, not once again, but for the first time, when I tell you the systems we work externally only work if our internal system is checked in. Our branding externally only works if our internal branding is checked in. The world and the clarity or the context for the content that shows up in your life, as Janelle says. And it sounds so easy to say, but it is much easier. I'll share with you that I have my PhD in complication.
What? From Harvard, right?
Yes.
I actually bought that for a second.
I think I had a free ride on that one. And I'll tell you that as a recovered complicator and a very square personality and a very, very...
You square? I don't know about that.
Extremely.
I don't buy into that.
The edges are more rounded.
Comedians,
these days.
by definition, a comedian cannot be a square.
We can be all the things.
You're a square comedian. You're nerdy?
Extremely. It's
Well,
not just
wait.
the glasses.
Let's back up. What's your definition of square?
I'm a really big systems individual, and I believe everything gets built out. And what happens is when you are so caught up in your system, or rather, you're working in it, you can't work on it. So if I'm constantly in it, it's impossible for me to stand outside and objectively say, hey, I know I said I wanted, for example, to scale my business 20% by the end of this year, and this was the way I was going to go about it. But perhaps if I stepped out of it, there might be a different school of thought. Perhaps if I went to my resources and said, hey guys, this is a safe space. What do you think of this idea? Practicing your pitch or your one-liner is brilliant. This room...
Out of the box. You mean
completely.
thinking out of the
There
box.
is no creative box, literally. And from the Visionary Edge perspective, think about coming into a room with 43 speakers you will never be in the room with again in that order. With over 200 entrepreneurs collectively between Thursday through Saturday that I promise you have not just been together in South Florida by accident. This doesn't happen in our backyard. And really, it's so much more about you. We are all necessary and we are all vital. And it's imperative that you recognize that you're so important and that you're the greatest project. And no part of you is broken. But it's impossible to show up at 100% if we haven't checked in with ourselves, our own systems. And I assure you in this, You will check in with your internal systems and you will leave with a more robust external system.
I'm getting so excited more and more every day. You know, I'm happy to be one of the speaker guests in there, Sam. I really appreciate you, individual, and you give me that opportunity. And in a way, we don't know how much we can give to the world if we're not gonna show it, and if not gonna talk about it. You know, I mean, a lot of people say I'm shy or I'm this or that, but you know, look at Blanca. She's shine like a diamond here, and she went and we're creating a lot of different things in here as well as you. To create 43 speakers, guys, it's not easy, and you're having that in the 3 days. You know, between Sam and Janelle, it's very, very hard to create 43 speakers to put them in the stage in one room. Imagine 43 professor in university coming to show you what they show you in the year in 2 days.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna get that?
I agree.
Anywhere.
So I agree, Zohair. You know, just the fact to have the 43 speakers, and Zohair Shaban will also be a speaker. I will be a speaker. Also, a shout out to Perla Lichi, who's hosting the red carpet event.
And she's speaking and has done a tremendous, tremendous job supporting this event front to end. I have to tell you, and this room exists for this reason as well. Those that came before us, 3 and 4 and 5 decades in business, and reinventing yourselves through every pandemic, mandemic, economic disaster, whatever you want to call it, and remaining relevant and remaining completely attached to who you are as a person, right? Like the caliber of people. Perla is a godsend. We were calling her Tia Perla, and in a perfectly Aries way, she shows up and just everything up levels, like everything up levels.
Energy.
It's incredible.
I mean, raise your digital hand if you've met Perla Lichi. Oh, not many people have met her. If you're in South Florida, you got to come to the Visionary Edge Conference. Mark, have you met Perla yet?
Absolutely. On full times we're Monday.
On Memorial Day. Yeah, no, Perla's energy is unbelievable. She's a tremendous asset. I'll also be interviewing her on the Laws of Life podcast. And it's all about energy, because she's very bubbly, and people want to be around joy, right?
Yes.
And that's why one of the reasons you love comedy, right? Because you like to make people laugh.
That, and I will say this, and rooms like this, funny enough, really relate to what comedic relief is, because when you're in a space that's safe, right? It's not a surprise, you came here with intention. The most incredible golden nuggets can come of an experience. It can be a joke, you can have somebody invite you to think differently. You can look at something that was otherwise a traumatic experience in your life, and someone says something and it reminds you of it, and you start laughing. For me, laughter, and trust that the team, the Let's Go 180 team, we laugh to a degree that, I mean, I'm shocked we haven't burned every calorie. We laugh 24/7 to delirium, and I say this to say, when you laugh at something, it's typically a measure of how far removed you are from it. I don't mean laugh at something, I mean laugh about something. So if something transpired in your life, a good measure is they tell you, what are you gonna do but laugh? It takes a moment, but when you laugh about it, and for those, for example, that have never spoken on a stage before, for those that fear networking, I promise you it's a room of joyous people, people that are light, they're airy, they're creating a space for you to show up exactly as you are. It's not stuffy, it's not uptight, you can dress business casual, bring a sweater. There's nothing that requires you to be tightly wound. And in that space, so much creativity lives, right? We business owners, at times, I think those squares of us who think that we're in a particular industry, we fail to see that as human beings, we are innately creatives. We are creators. We are creators of our life. This room is filled with a couple hundred creators, and you get to be in that room.
I love it. Well, I'd just, if you could raise your digital hand or your in-person studio hand, if you're going to be going to the event, just let us know. Who's going? Christine is going. Zohair is going. Denise is going. I'm going. Anyone else? Kimmy's going. The event is at the Bahia Mar Hotel in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, this Friday, June 6th, and Saturday, June 7th. There's also a red carpet event on Thursday night, June 5th, across the street. So it's basically Thursday night, all day Friday, all day Saturday. Dr. Sherry, are you coming to this event? What's going on? You're usually, is that a yes? You always come to events with me. What's going on? iPhone 2.
Ain't no
That-
telling about the move, man.
Yes, I definitely will.
All right, so that's Dr. Sherry, big supporter of the Laws of Life coming. I'll be speaking on Saturday. And again, the mission of community empowerment. Even if you're not going, I've posted about this all over my social media. Why wouldn't you, what about the idea that you share the media and say, I got to meet Sam Ganem today, one of the founders of the Visionary Edge. Highly recommend this event. Let's go together. Or I can't go, but let's go. So, who did you think had the best pitch today?
That's a hard one.
Well, you're an entrepreneurial expert. I truly value your opinion.
I want to acknowledge all of you, particularly for showing up so authentically. I will say Dr. Sherry keeps it, and what we know is this, in story branding, clarity and remaining concise is what consistently moves a room. Being clever works, but it's not sustainable. So being very clear on the fact that it's holistic dentistry and it goes beyond the aesthetic is essentially what she said. And so I give a standing ovation, though I can't stand up at this moment. But I also want to share with each of you, and you can thank Blanca for this, and really thank Mike Owen and Alpha Connector, our Alpha Connector sponsor, and Zohair, who are the reason why we are in this room, that Blanca's on the stage, and that we get to share this with you. If you use the code Blanca, it gives you extraordinary discounts, in some cases $0, thanks to sponsorship. So there are different levels of tickets, and if you use the code Blanca, you'll see that each level, depending upon if you come Thursday general admission, or you come for a single day of the event, or the full VIP experience, we will drop the landing page and the discount code Blanca for special discounts, and you can thank this woman right here.
Wow. Thank you so much. I mean, that is such an honor that you would give such a significant discount code for Blanca.
Can I tell you why?
Please.
Besides you, everyone gets to be in that room. You deserve to be in every single room. Whatever you might be dealing with in this moment, whatever you might be feeling like is a self-limiting belief of time or money, you get to be in this room.
Absolutely. I love that. So what we're going to do is we're going to open it up to the live audience for questions and the Zoom audience for questions. We're going to do some Q&A, and then we're going to hear some more introductions from the live audience. We got a question from Mark Siegel. Let's go.
Okay, well, it's 1.5 questions. So, Sam, are you familiar with Don Miller?
I am.
Story brand?
Don Miller and building a story brand. I have a big crush on him. He taught me quite a lot. As a matter of fact, I attended a few of his classes and was approached to be a story brand coach. And then I created something called the Why Pathway, and it reconnects you to your why using the power of story branding. So I recommend his book and the 2.0.
Yep, he's amazing. I've had the opportunity to sit and talk with him a few times. He's a great guy, and you just remind me of the way you speak, and your message is very relatable to his content. My second question is, so you have all this print media that you're doing, and a lot of us have done business cards and bags and flyers and shirts and this and that. What would you say is one or two of your most efficient, best maximized printable item you think for marketing in general?
So that was a good 1.5 questions, Mark. So for
a comedian too,
All
so
right,
you
come
know
on,
I gotta
let's pick up the speed. We got other questions.
So what I would say is this: it's not a blanketed answer. It depends on your industry. So ask yourself 2 questions: who am I actually marketing to, and how can I insert myself in their daily habit? So if a client of yours is someone that journals. If a client of yours is someone that's active, bottles that are sustainable to their life, not just a kind of giveaway tchotchke bottle. Think if they're South Florida residents, think what are they buying at the store? Are they going and getting beach bags? Are they getting beach chairs? Are they getting beach umbrellas? And rather than slapping your brand on everything, use a tagline, an acronym, a call to action, something that brings them back to Mark. Because if Mark has multiple businesses,
Recording
you necessarily
stopped.
want to brand one, right? You want to bring them back to you. But the reality is, to answer the question, think about how you can insert yourself in one or many of their daily practices and brand that item.
Love it. Thank you for an incredible
Boom! That's why
question.
you make the big bucks. Love it.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
That's a beautiful, beautiful question. Let's go next to Rudy, who has a question. Rudy. Rudy, you're on mute. If you could.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
When you told me to move the mic, I was playing with my screen, so I couldn't do the intro. So the question I have for you, since we have a staffing company, and we're trying to get decision makers, and we've been having a challenge, particularly in the South Florida market, on getting in contact with decision makers. What advice can you possibly give us in regards to getting in contact with those decision makers in order to pitch to them to see if we have a market or not?
Come to the Visionary Edge. Every single person in that room is a decision maker or a CEO. Second thing is consider, and I can have Blanca share that with the community here, there are some super valuable bonus sponsorships that are good for today only, that are very low ticket, that give you two things. The Alpha Connector plugin, so that you can determine who's actively looking for you now. Not one day, today. Today they need you. And the second thing is access to the list of attendees. So then you can vet them, and it becomes a much warmer intro, so you're not in any way cold calling. You know that they're present, you know that you have something in common because you both attended the event, and you know that they're presently looking for you.
I love that. Great question. Great answer. Very powerful. Are you going to be able to make it to the event, Rudy?
I should be able to. I know my friend invited me to an event that he promised me to make for me to attend. So as long as it doesn't conflict, I should be able to.
All right. Sounds good. And Rudy, since I don't think, is this your first time in Laws of Life today, Rudy?
Oh, I just haven't been here so long.
You haven't been here for a while.
Been here for a minute. So
are you getting our weekly email? Are you on the email list?
Yeah. We get a message from you via WhatsApp. So it's via WhatsApp directly, but I have been out of the loop for so long because we've been trying to acquire a client, and I said, let me put my head down, and I kind of pretty much went MIA. But now I'm gonna do my work while making sure that I can attend the meetings.
I love it. Well, anybody out there watching the live stream or in the audience, if you want to get our weekly email, I've built up our list to 10,000, and that's all hand-picked, kissed all those babies and shook all those hands, okay? If you want to get that email, make sure you drop your email in the chat and we'll add you to the email list. I want to welcome Tina Ezel to the Zoom audience. I want to thank again our Zoom audience and our live audience. And we'll take one more question from the Zoom audience, and then we're going to go continue with a battle of the live audience. Who will have the best pitch in studio? And Sam Ganem, founder of the Visionary Edge, will decide. We'll take one more quick question. Christina Fisher, what is your question?
Okay, so this event that you're in, I got a text message here, and it says that it's on the 5th, the 6th, and the 7th. So you're there for all 3 days?
It's the night of, there's a party that night on Thursday night, the 5th. There's a party sponsored by Perla Lici, and that goes from 7 to 9. Then on Friday, June 6th, it goes from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. And on Saturday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Oh, really? That's not what the text is. So you're going to send this out to everybody?
Yeah, it's all over my social media, and it's in the chart that I circulated on the graph. It's all there in the chart. That's what it, we'll talk about it later, but those are the details. Yes.
And the website.
And then I have.
The website is Let's.
And then I got one other notification here.
All right, we gotta keep moving on. We'll speak offline about logistics and communications. We got to keep the flow of the show rolling. You know I love you, Christina, and I hope you're sitting next to me at this event.
But this is a positive thing for everybody. This one thing that I got.
What?
I have someone looking for projects in the United States. Oops.
All right, we got to move on. But you know I love you.
That need 100 million or more. I got $1 trillion in funding from Turkey.
All right, we got to come back. I apologize, but we got to keep rolling because we're on television, right?
Right.
All right. So, live audience, what we're gonna do is, we have Zohair. Are you competing or judging?
Whatever you like.
You two be the judges. All right. So I'm gonna go over to the live studio audience, and each of you ladies are gonna have the opportunity to pitch. Are you up for it? Okay. All right. So we're gonna put the. Let's see. Where should I put you guys? Why don't Denise? Why don't you go first? You don't want to go? Not. It's always good to practice. All right. So Melanie, I'm gonna hand you the microphone, and then you just hand the microphone down the line. Okay? All right. No, let's use this one. It's the best one. All right.
All right. Hello, everybody. So I am Magic Money Mel, and I am originally from Miami, Florida. Kind of grew up learning what not to do. Both my parents were the troublemakers of their family, so I joined the Air Force to travel and get away. And 15 years ago, Blanca, today, I actually became an entrepreneur in the travel industry. 15 years ago today. So we're celebrating. Yeah! Woo! And I went full-time after 3 years. Ended up replacing my full-time Air Force income and actually served 23 years total service. But because I said yes to the travel industry, I've been able to see 44 countries around the world. And we are going to Dubai and Egypt for New Year's. I have the links, they're available. I only have 40 rooms, so it's less than $2,700 a person, minus flights. So make sure that you reach out to me. Also, I'm looking for sponsors for our Bodacious Bag Bingo to raise funds, where we are sending an entire first time ever women's flight to honor to DC, all veteran women, to be able to allow them to see the monuments and the memorials out in DC. So we're going to be doing the fundraiser here on November 8th. So mark your calendars, and if you have some nice bags that you want to donate or other materials that we can stuff in the bags, so we're looking for some sponsors. So thank you so much, and ask me how you can travel and get paid. Let's go to Dubai.
She also tied in her purpose and why you would trust someone like her, because she's only served in the military for 23 years and only visited 44 countries. So it sounds like you might just be the expert. Oh, and you get to make money while doing it.
Thank you.
I think that's, I wasn't her event last night, by the way. She was amazing. And she hosted an event for like entrepreneur, like it wasn't huge, it just was dinner event, about 14, 15 people. And she had it, like they said, headed on the head of the nails. And I was talking to her, and she said, if people like trust you with our lives as an Air Force
veteran,
then I guess everybody have to trust you, and you have the honor to serve your country and serve the United States as well, and keep everybody safe. And again, like Sam said, you visit 44 countries. I think there is another 100 plus to visit. Right?
Absolutely, yes.
And
197 total.
Maybe we can join you, and we all go together as a group and a foundation and invade these other countries with the travel and love only. Invading love and travel, that's it.
Amen.
Okay?
I love it. Thank you so much.
Alhamdulillah.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Can you hear me? Okay. So my name is Christine Salazzo. I'm the broker owner with Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. I handle residential and commercial transactions. I started out in 2008 by buying and flipping properties, and then I decided to go on to being a tradition. I got my broker's license, and then I created Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. And if I don't sell your home, I will buy it or sell it for free. If you're not satisfied with your purchase, I will buy it back or sell it for free. So your satisfaction, 100% guaranteed. If I do not return your phone call in 24 hours, I will donate a portion of my commission to your closing costs. And also, another thing I guarantee is you get a home warranty. And at each closing, I donate a portion of my commission to a charity. So go serve big.
For both services. So what are you doing, Sam? I thought I was when I was there, so I put on this room, and if please see me when I give back.
Show up in service and we give back. That's one. Two, you shared with us how you do it. You do it consistently and responsibly. You stated the expectation with clarity. I will respond to you in 24 hours. So there's no ambiguity. They know exactly what to expect. Great job.
Thank you.
I think I know Christine now for quite some time. She always come to our events, and I got introduced to her by Mike as well, because me and Mike as a partner, and she's our broker for now, and she's very, very consistent, and she always showing up. It's part of her consistency. She always showing up, and 110%, what you do, showing up. And I think you did a great job by presenting who you are and what you do and what you're looking for and the guarantee. Everybody wants guarantee, and that's, I think, amazing.
Let's give Christine a big round of applause.
Thank you.
All right, let's go next to Kimmy in the house. Kimmy in the house.
Hello, everyone.
Kimmy in the house is next. Go ahead, Kimmy.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kimmy Rigner. I am the founder and owner of Rigner Technology. What Rigner Technology is innovation, is technology. The first thing that we do a service on your business, whether it's retail, hotel, we service it. We do the survey. With the survey, we're able to determine what is needed for your business, where you can rise in the sense of being creating with your employees and having technology work for you and empower you with your business, along with each and every one of your employees being fully focused on getting the work done. Our team, we have a team of 7 different technicians. Each and every one of our technicians, they go out there with pride, efficiency. When our work is done, you're fully guaranteed to have fully good service. Now, being a woman in business has been very challenging and also empowering. And this is part of the reason why I've created Women 360. Women 360 is a powerful space for women to feel safe, to get ideas, to grow, to be the root or more of a backbone where you feel empowered, where you want to grow together. And with those two businesses, I am honored, and I want to see each and every woman, not only women, but men as well. But I put more of my effort in women to grow as one.
Give it up for Kimmy. All right, that was really powerful. So I have a question. How long have you been in this industry?
I've been in the industry of technology for 15 years.
For how long?
15.
And remember the story about the first time you took apart a computer?
Yes, oh my God. The very first time I was given a computer. And I was just so curious to see or why it works so quickly, where I can send an email and how can they receive it in a minute. I never understood it. I took it apart, and when I took it apart, I put it back together, and I was like, wow, it works. I like this. What did I do? And that is what sparked my interest in technology.
So that story, I would encourage you to sharing the pieces of it, so that not only do you insert yourself as the expert, you understand the inner workings, literally and figuratively, and plenty enough that your clients will experience. So you're not just selling us air. You understand the back end, and it postures you as the expert. And again, this room is incredible. I mean, the charitable give back, the servantship is amazing.
Wow. So here.
I cannot say, we partner, we do the same thing. I've been doing that for the past 40 years. Actually, talking about computers, I have a little computer in my house. As a matter of fact, we used to put the little memories one by one. I've been in the computer business since 1988, which is, imagine what's the computer looked like at that time. with that huge. I have some hard drive you can anchor the boat with, honestly. And yeah, I partnered with Kimmy last year because we can leverage each other because I do the same thing, and she's part of our team in every way we can. And as I empower her as well with the Woman 360, which is she's doing great in that aspect, and we're just moving forward with that. And she's out to help as many women as she can, especially businesswomen who need to discover themselves and go out there and be better than yesterday. And that's her goal.
I love that. And thank you, dear. All right, well, let's give it up for all our entrepreneurs that gave their pitch today. And Tina, you've been so diligent about coming in. All right, but before we go over to Tina's live intro, Zohair and Sam, who's the winner of this competition?
This was rough.
I know, right?
And I mean, it's amazing the talent in this room. You know, each one of them is speaking from their heart, so it's really impossible to screw it up. I would say that there is a posture for women in tech, particularly when you say you take it and you create community out of it. I feel like if your initial insertion of your story were in there, that's it. And honestly, your guarantees and how you do it and consistently, and I'm not talking about money, I'm talking about like the clarity, is so relatable. But I got to give it to my vet over here. And I say it to say, sometimes we learn the most valuable lessons in the seemingly darkest places. Who would have thought, not saying the military is dark, I'm saying her reason for leaving was to escape a circumstance. And who's to say what comes of that? And you did a beautiful job at telling us what you did, why you did it, and the give back.
Give it up for Melanie Levitz, winner of the live studio pitch competition. And Melanie has been showing up for the Laws of Life television network for 3 years. 3 years. That's a big chunk of time there. And obviously, we are excited, and we congratulate you on having bragging rights to the best live in studio. Is this the first time you've met Sam Ginnam?
In person, properly, yes. But I feel like we've known each other a really long time. I felt the same way though.
So you just met today for the first time.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel like you're already best friends?
Well, Facebook did that.
I mean,
that's how I felt.
Look at that. Look at that.
And what's crazy is we've been connected through multiple communities.
Yes.
Right. Connected.
Right.
It's wonderful.
And even
crazy, right?
And these guys were with you yesterday, and then Mike leaves and calls and is like, "Yo," like I know we had a coffee date and we had to move it.
Well, I got to tell you, having you in the studio today has been a ray of light. I want to thank you, Zohair, for the connection. You know, if it wasn't for Zohair, I would not be speaking at the Visionary Edge, and I would not have made a new friend, Sam Ginnam and Janelle Kelly.
Thank you guys so much.
And I like you. You're a cool chick. We definitely gonna hang out. And I love you, Kimmy. I think you're absolutely amazing. Your cigar and chocolate event was outstanding.
Sounds like a lot of chocolate.
It was.
Loved it.
It was a lot of chocolate.
Chris,
You have to give everybody in the bar a lot of chocolate.
everybody's amazing. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take one more introduction because Tina Ezell showed up last week. She showed up this week. And how many years have you been showing up now, Tina?
I'll say, wow, since what, 2020?
Yep, since 2020.
5 years.
5 years. Give it up for Tina. Wow. And what keeps you coming back? As Rick Ross's Hustle song, there's another great line in that song. I keep them coming back. I keep them coming back. All right, so why do you keep coming back, Tina?
Well, I keep coming back because it gives me a chance to meet people, to network, to form connections, and also practice my pitch, you know, here.
All right.
And get better at it.
So let's hear your pitch, and we'll get an analysis from Sam and Zohair. Get to know them. Tell them about you.
Okay, well, my name is Tina Ezell, and I am a gratitude consultant. And I need to ask you a question. you get tired of going into a store to purchase your gratitude cards like Hallmark cards? Well, I have a better solution. You can be better than Hallmark. You can write your own, put your own words in your cards. You could design it yourself, put your branding on the back, and no one could duplicate what you have made. So I have that platform where you could go right to my platform and create as much as you like. And you can send as many cards in the United States, outside the United States, without even leaving your home. So I'm gonna leave my link trees in the chat. Contact me, and I will take you on a virtual tour today.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Tina. It's that actually there's a tie-in to the printing because what do you think?
It's called print on demand. I think it's beautiful. I also think
Right.
at times
No printing.
right, it's a digital card.
Yeah, no, we do digital cards, but no, it's not just digital cards. You could you see this card right here? Once you print it out, once you press the send button, it will be sent to any postal address in America or outside of America.
Right.
So we do these first, and then we just incorporated 3D cards where you can open it immediately on your phone or if you have a WhatsApp.
Beautiful. I think it's
Yes.
beautiful. I think that you're talking to two markets, a print on demand market and a digital market. And I think that you're
Yes.
also inviting people's creativity. Because sometimes even though Hallmark's great, it's just not saying it.
That's so cool.
Definitely.
Well, the two of you should. Do you think you'll be able to come to the Visionary Edge conference, Tina?
I'll just have to. I'm gonna look through my email and check out because I haven't looked at everything, but I'm looking to meet with you all personally in person.
All right. Well, as we come, so here's what we're gonna do. We now that we have a live audience and a studio audience, we tend to go from 11 to 12:30, which is wonderful. So what I'm going to do, we're going to do breakouts from 12:30 to 12:45 because I do want to honor the practice of the breakouts, but we don't need to be live to break out. So I just want to make some final announcements. First, I want to thank again all of our sponsors. 227 Media. We would not have the honor of being in this studio if it wasn't for them. They're also the sponsor of the newest Laws of Life podcast. I also want to thank the Blanca's Law reality magnetization team for filming me for the last 3 weeks. Cool and Mark literally traveled with me for 3 weeks. We covered 21 events. I want to thank Zohair Shaban, my newest sponsor of the Laws of Life and who's always helping with co-hosting. Hello, welcome. I want to thank Mark Siegel, QPT CBD, Joey Lewis, Tough Turf Media, the Law Office of Roderman and Johnston, and of course my law firm, the Law Office of BPG, in the house here 7 days a week to serve all of your legal needs. And after the outro plays, we will come back for breakout rooms. Stand by for 30 seconds, and thank you, everybody. I hope you learned something today. I know I did.
So much.
And thank you, Sam Ganem, for being our guest of honor. Also, remember the Global Vision Conference is happening on Saturday from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., and that's on Zoom. We're going to run the outro.
Hey, welcome to the Laws of Life. It's time to light up the stage in the network world.